At the beginning of the story, we're shown a flashback scene where we see two brothers, Najeeb and Hakim, at the airport of Saudi Arabia. These two brothers have come to Saudi Arabia to earn money, but their employer has not come to pick them up at the airport. They wait for a very long time, and while waiting, evening comes. Then a man comes and asks them for their passports and takes them along. Najeeb asks that man for water, but he refuses to give water and tells them to sit in the back of the vehicle. After a long journey, they reach a desert area. By the time they reach there, it is night. Seeing the desert, Najeeb and Hakim become very troubled because they had come to work in a company. Hakim tries to explain since he knows English and Hindi, but Najeeb can speak only Malayalam. That man sells Hakim to another Arab sheikh and takes Najeeb with him. Hakim says, "Do not separate us." Najeeb tries to stop them, but he is badly beaten and put into the vehicle. On the way, the man stops the car, tells Najeeb to get down, introduces him to another man, and then leaves. The second man tells Najeeb to sleep. Najeeb does not understand anything and feels very lonely in this new country. Then he sees an old man speaking in Hindi, but Najeeb does not know Hindi. By gestures, he asks that old man for water. The old man shows him the water tank and tells him to drink from there. Actually, Najeeb had not drunk water for many hours. In the desert, strong wind was blowing, and because of the cold, Najeeb was shivering. So he goes into the tent to sleep. Then a man sleeping in the tent wakes up, kicks Najeeb, and says, "How dare you sleep in this tent?" He tells him to sleep outside. Najeeb lies outside and sleeps. In the morning, he sees the old man milking goats. The old man calls Najeeb, gives him milk, and tells him to give it to the master. Najeeb thinks it is for drinking, and he drinks it. The old man snatches it back and gestures that it was for the master. Najeeb goes to the tent and gives milk to his master. The master tells him, "Go and learn how to milk goats." Najeeb falls at his feet and says, "I did not come here for this. I came to work in a company." But the sheikh does not understand him and throws him out of the tent. Then the same man who had brought Najeeb there comes. Najeeb gives him his documents and the company number where he wanted to go, but that man tears them. Seeing this, Najeeb starts crying, feeling helpless. Then his master calls him for food, gives him a thick bread, half raw. Hungry, Najeeb tries to eat it, but because it is raw, it does not go down his throat. The master says, "Soak the bread in water and eat it." After this, night comes, and Najeeb goes to sleep behind a parked truck. In the morning, when Najeeb goes to the bathroom, that man snatches his water and says, "Water is very expensive." Then a water tanker arrives, filling the tank. Najeeb goes to the tanker driver, asks for help, asks the way to get out. At that time, his master sees him, gets very angry, brings his gun, and threatens to kill him. After beating him badly, he leaves him. At night, Najeeb asks the old man how long he's been here. The old man replies, "Once someone comes here, he can never go back." In the morning, his master again tells him to milk goats. But the old man is nowhere to be seen. Najeeb feels strange but obeys. Not knowing how, the goats attack him, and he falls. Slowly, he learns this work too. One day, while working, Najeeb sees his face in a car mirror. His face has changed a lot. He thinks he will never escape. So he goes to a hill, planning to jump. But there he sees birds eating a corpse. Shocked, he looks closer. It is none other than the old man he knew, thrown dead into the desert for vultures. Najeeb realizes, if he stays, the same will happen to him. He returns, and next morning tries to escape. But his master chases him on camel and shoots bullets. Hearing the sound, Najeeb stops in fear. The master beats him, breaks his leg so he can never run again, and ties him all day. At night, Najeeb somehow frees his hands and drinks water. Much time passes. One day, while grazing goats, suddenly it rains. Najeeb takes goats into a cave. There he hears a voice. Coming out, he sees at some distance. It is his brother Hakim. They hug and cry. They cannot believe it. Hakim tells him, "I was made to work many places, tortured badly." Suddenly, a car arrives. Hakim says, "My master has come," and leaves. Next morning, while Najeeb is going with camels, Hakim comes secretly, gives him a letter, and leaves. The letter says, "Where I work, there is a man named Ibrahim. He knows all the routes and is ready to help us escape." A few days later, Najeeb, Hakim, and Ibrahim meet. Ibrahim says, "Soon, the big master's daughter's wedding will come. Everyone will be there. That is the right time to escape." On that day, Najeeb's master says, I will go for 2 days for the wedding. You take care of the sheep. After he leaves, Najeeb bathes after months, wears the same clothes from when he came, now loose, ties his pants with rope, feeds sheep, and says, I am leaving and never coming back. Hakim and Ibrahim arrive, and the three set out. They walk all night, very tired. In the morning, Hakim and Najeeb are very thirsty. Hakim asks, Where's the way? It's only desert. Ibrahim says, We have lost the way, going wrong direction. Then Hakim sees a camel drinking water, runs madly, but finds only a dead camel. They continue, stop for prayer. Suddenly, many poisonous desert snakes come out of the sand. Ibrahim pulls Hakim to save him. Najeeb, with his broken leg, cannot run fast. Ibrahim tells him, Do not move, stand still. The snake passes over his feet. Now, both brothers are very tired. Najeeb's feet blistered, cannot walk. Ibrahim ties his jacket around them. A little further, both brothers collapse from thirst. Ibrahim encourages them. He lifts Hakim on his shoulders. But soon, Najeeb also falls. Both brothers unconscious. Ibrahim gives them his sweat to drink. They slowly move forward. Hakim starts hallucinating, sees a city, runs shouting, We reached. He eats sand, gone mad from hunger, thirst, heat. Najeeb tries to stop him, but Hakim pushes him and falls, bleeding. Najeeb tries to save him, but Hakim dies. A desert storm comes. Ibrahim saves Najeeb, but both trapped in storm. After storm stops, they survive. Najeeb calls for his brother, but his body buried. Ibrahim says, If we want to live, we must move. By evening, they see a tree and water. They run, but Ibrahim stops Najeeb. It may be poisonous. He wets a cloth, gives Najeeb water, drinks himself, finds an empty bottle, plays a tune. Soon, they see birds in sky, meaning a direction. They follow. At night, Najeeb's condition worsens. They sleep. In morning, Najeeb wakes, finds Ibrahim gone, leaving the water bottle. Now alone, Najeeb walks in desert. Hungry, thirsty, his leg paining. He drinks water. Then hears vehicles. Runs, reaches highway. Tries to stop cars, but none stop. All day passes, no one helps. Next morning, Najeeb walks in middle of road. Then a car stops. A sheik gives him water, takes him to city, drops him at an Indian hotel. The kind hotel owner helps lost people, bathes him, cuts hair, calls doctor for treatment. After rest, Najeeb feels better. The hotel owner says, We contacted your family. Najeeb talks to them, cries. He is taken to police station and, after process, to be sent back to India. Those without documents are jailed 3 months. In jail, Arabs come to identify escaped workers. Masters take their slaves back. Then Najeeb sees the man who enslaved him. The man comes, touches his head, says, So you escaped me. If I had sponsored you, I would take you back and teach you a lesson. He leaves. Najeeb is scared, but another man says, He did not sponsor you. You came on wrong visa, so you fell into his trap. But now you can return home. Najeeb sits and cries. In the next scene, we see Najeeb going to the plane. He says, When someone goes abroad, he brings gifts for his family. But I have only my remaining life to give to my wife and my son. With this scene, this movie and true story end. At the end, which movie story do you want to hear next? Tell me in the comments below. I read your comments, and thank you very much for your lovely comments.